Good afternoon, everyone, and to the viewers via YouTube live stream. The private conference for the procurement of goods is now called to order. And for the attendance of this proceeding, I call in please Ms. Lagdis Mapudot to please call the roll.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good afternoon. In attendance for today's scheduled private conference, there are no appearances from any interested suppliers. From the Bids and Awards Committee, headed by the back chairperson, Engineer Rolito P. Pancito.
Present.
Back vice chairperson, Engineer Rinaldo A. Canlas. Back members, yours truly, Janet Islagues Mapudot. Engineer Maria Rosario C. Bascones via Zoom. Engineer Ryan Joy L. Basco via Zoom. Back TWG Head, Engineer Julio S. Pentes. Back TWG Member, Ms. Judy Grace Umatulak.
Present.
Back Secretariat Member, Ms. Agnieszka Hazel D. Canega. That's all for the attendance, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. With the presence of the majority of the back members, hence this private conference has a quorum. As scheduled, we have only one contract for the procurement of goods to be presented. And may I request Janet Pudot for the details of these goods.
Okay. Contract subject for private conference today is with contract ID number 24 GND 0012 Riyadh. Supply and delivery of additional construction materials for use in the maintenance activities of the maintenance section with a total ABC of 10 million, composing of 20 items, to wit: 1,300 bags of reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings white, ASSHTO M249-12, 800 bags of reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings yellow, ASSHTO M249-09, 330 pails of primer thermo, 500 bags of glass beads, 200 gallons of traffic paint reflectorized white, 200 gallons of traffic paint reflectorized yellow, 50 pieces of 2 by 3 by 8 lumber, 30 pieces of 1 by 4 white by 10 lumber, 40 pieces of 2 by 2 by 8 lawaan lumber, 40 pieces of 2 by 2 by 10 lawaan lumber, 25 bundles of 1 by 2 by 8 stick, 25 bundles of 1 by 2 by 10 stick, 25 bundles of 1/2 by 2 by 8 stick, 25 kilos of concrete nails number 4, 25 kilos of common nails number 1.5, 25 kilos of common nails number 2, 25 kilos of common nails number 2.5, 25 kilos of common nails number 3, and 25 kilos of common nails number 4. For the significant timelines, the complete bid documents, set of bid documents are already available starting on January 24, 2025. The pre-bid conference is today, January 31, 2025, 2:30 p.m. The deadline for the submission of bid shall be until 2 p.m. of February 12, 2025, and the opening of bids is on February 12, 2025, 2 p.m. DPWH Butuan City DEO NOAA Hall. That's all for the details, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you. So for the PLDF requirements, may I request Ms. Jude Matulak to please discuss.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. All prospective suppliers or bidders are reminded that all Class A eligibility documents covered by Section 8.5.2 of Implementing Rules and Regulations of Republic Act 9184, supporting the veracity, authenticity, and validity of the certificate shall remain current and updated. The failure of the prospective supplier or bidder to update the certificate with the current and updated Class A eligibility documents shall result in the automatic suspension of its validity until such time that all of the expired Class A eligibility documents has been updated. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. For other important reminders and instructions to be discussed by Ms. Janet Lagis Mapudot, please.
Alright, additional instruction. It was agreed that will bid opening is in progress. Everyone should sound off their mobile phones and silence will be observed the entire proceedings. All pages of the bidding documents to be submitted must be signed by the owner or proprietor. Inquiries and questions may be raised only in the pre-bid conference and will not be entertained during the bidding process. All photocopies attached in the bidding documents must be sealed with original stamp as certified true copies from original. It must be clear, legible, and authenticated. Acceptable forms of bid security are the following: bid security declaration, notarized cashier's check or cash, manager's check, bank draft or guarantee, irrevocable letters of credit issued by Universal or Commercial Bank, surety bond callable on demand issued by a surety or insurance company duly certified by the Insurance Commission. Prior to the issuance of bidding documents, eligible bidders must present the official receipts as proof of payment to the bank secretariat. Within 3 calendar days from receipt by the bidder that the notice that it has the lowest calculated bid, the bidder shall submit other contract documents required by existing laws concerning the bidding documents. Failure to submit requested document on time or finding against the veracity of such shall be ground for the forfeiture of bid security and disqualify the bidder for award. Interested bidders are required to submit complete contact numbers, including email address and exact location of office. And all bidders are hereby informed that per back resolution, an act of securing order of payment but intentionally neglect to pay and submit or drop without justifiable reasons their tender documents is determined by the BAC as other acts that tend to defeat the purpose of public bidding under Section 2D of DO 17 series of 2015 in relation to three-strike policy in the procurement of contracts for infrastructure works, goods, and consulting services. For under DO 28 series of 2024 in relation to three-strike policy, there are classification of offenses that triggers the three-strike policy and its exemptions. Number 1, withdrawal from the bidding process, submission of non-participation letter, or failure to submit a bid after purchasing the bid documents. Number 2, submission of late bids without valid reasons as determined by the BAC. And number 3, submission of patently insufficient bid. A patently insufficient bid refers to a bid that fails to include or comply with certain mandatory requirements. And lastly, to all interested bidders, if your representative to purchase the bid document is not your liaison officer of your company enrolled in the CWA, let him bring the following requirements during the purchase of bid documents. For sole proprietorship, special power of attorney, mentioning the name of your representative using registered company email from CWA, together with his government-issued ID and company's ID. One project per SPA. And for corporation or joint venture, government issued ID and company's ID should be accompanied with approved board or joint venture resolution and secretary certificate using registered company email from CWA. Again, one project per board or joint venture resolution and secretary certificate. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. This pre-bid conference is called for the benefits of interested bidders to ask for them to raise any question and clarification relative to the subject contract. So at this time, since there is no appearance from the interested bidders, and may I ask for the viewers? There being none. So there being no other matters to discuss, this pre-bid conference is now adjourned. Thank you and good afternoon.